people have a hard time with some logging practices and things like that. And yet, when it's done right and done for fuels and forest health, and they see the results, they're much more supportive. We actually had a project where we built a fire break around a community, and sure enough, a fire started. Had it not been for that fire break, $500 million worth of property would have likely burned. When people saw the success, like, oh, that's what you're talking about. That's exactly why we did that project, was to protect your property. We're getting more and more buy-in.
This was burned in a 2017 wildfire that originated from Marble Mountain Ranch. Burned up the hill and they stopped it on this road system. Hey, we're heading down the hill now. Is it down this little skid road?
In Klamath, California, the team at Soames Bar Integrated Fire Management Project are making the transition to prescribed burning.
The whole project was 5,500 acres, you know. That's the biggest project that's been planned here in my lifetime. I'm a tribal member, and I grew up in my ancestral village of Woonkarak on the lower Salmon River. You know, I started learning how to burn when I was 4 years old. So fire does a lot of things, you know. There was a time when we were trying to convince a wildlife biologist that we needed to do this type of work back in the mid-90s. And he said, no, we can't do any burning because it's going to kill this endangered snail. It took some convincing, but we finally convinced him to let us go out there and burn some piles. And, you know, he came back and he said, you know what? You just changed my mind. And I said, well, why was that? He said, because I went out and looked at that burn. In every pile where there was still a chunk of charred wood, there was a snail. You know, there's benefits that people don't know. But what we do know is that we've been doing this in this place for thousands of years. That's the type of scale of evolutionary significance. Overall, what we've agreed to do is to work towards revitalizing those relationships with fire that we need to have in this place. Part of that being revitalizing our indigenous knowledge, practice, and belief to get us there.